Hi there, my name's Ryan LeBlanc, and I'm a parishioner of the Cathedral of the Holy Family. And you know what? It's Trinity Sunday this morning as I'm recording this, and I'm really excited because my whole family is booked in to go to Mass as the restrictions are lifted, and to attend Mass as a family. And while we've had some loosening of restrictions, it feels like it's been a long time, and I'm hopeful in my heart that this is going to be the beginning of attending Sunday Mass every week with my family. I hope that that is what it means for me. And I think by my excitement has to do with the fact that this pandemic, it's taken a lot of things out of my life, right? I've gone through a lot of losses, and I think everybody has. And some of those losses feel trivial, but they're important in our hearts. And some of those losses are big and traumatic, and would affect everybody, and do affect everybody. So some of the losses of friendships, of regular going out, of feeling safe and secure in my community, of most of all of regular participation in sacramental life, right? All these things have been taken out of my life, and I find myself at this point as, praise God, please God, that this is the turning point and things are going to consistently open up as opposed to open and close and open and close. I'm hopeful that that God will be able to help me discern out of all the things I lost, what do I need to actually search out and bring back in? And out of the things that I lost to the pandemic, which were actually blessings that I've lost, right? So I lost some things that kept me away from my home more often. And as a result of that, our family has grown closer together. We've had some sparks and conflicts, and it hasn't always been comfortable. But we are closer together because we couldn't go anywhere else. So that'd be an example where I'm not actually wanting to search out something that's going to distract me or take me away from that. But at the same time, because things have been taken out of my life, like participating in the Eucharist regularly, weekly, uh, I know that I need to search that out and reintegrate that into my life. And I need to do that for a couple of reasons. The first one is that when I participate in the Eucharist and the sacraments, when I go to confession, I encounter a God who loves me. I encounter a God who loves me perfectly, and I plug into that love, and He is able to look upon me and see who I am, and through His love heal what has been wounded, what are my always wounds, and also heal what has been wounded as we've struggled with this traumatic event of the pandemic. Um, and so He's healing me, and I know that I need to reintegrate that because I've missed for a year and a half. I've missed regular participation in sacramental life, and so my heart is longing for it. But the other thing is, as I go to church and as I gather with people who are also gathering to praise God, also gathering to draw strength from the gift of Himself, you know what? I'm better able to discern. I'm better able to look at, okay, you know what? I used to have this activity, or I used to think that it was really important that I did this every week or whatever like that. And then the pandemic came and took it away. And actually, I'm better off without it, right? And on the other hand, there are some things that I'm like, oh, but you know what? Going back into it, having conversations with people, right? Reestablishing friendships, like sometimes that takes energy and that takes effort, and sometimes I'm a little nervous about that. And so I guess along with the love that God gives me in the sacraments, uh, going back to church is kind of like my first place that I go to really start to pray about and think about, okay, how am I going to heal? What is God going to bring into my life now that the pandemic has turned it upside down? What is going to come back and be rerouted stronger than ever? And what is going to be left out? And what new growth is going to happen, right? I don't know. Does anybody else feel like our emotions and our soul is like a hurricane passed through? And when we see the pictures of that, of a hurricane or a tornado, like everything's flattened, everything's tossed around, everything's chaotic, and then the important and brave and loving people start to rebuild, right? And they say, you know what? Some of that stuff needed to be knocked down. Lots of it didn't, and lots of it will be gone forever, even some good stuff. But we're going to start with seeking out the good stuff, rebuilding, replanting, restoring, and take it from there, right? So I'm delighted to be, we're still in masks, but I'm delighted to see my fellow parishioners gathering to worship God and gathering to be loved in His sight. And I'll see you there. And may God bless you in whatever you're discerning, whatever you need to restore, and whatever you need to grieve and let go of. I pray that God will bless you in that. Thanks very much for listening.